Welcome into Hawk Talk, everyone. Jack Keffer alongside Gabe Sustick. And Gabe, a 5-1 loss to the Cotuit Kettleers in this third game of the Barnstable Patriot Cup. Now Hyannis leads the series 2-1, but a tough loss really for Hyannis as they look to make it three wins in a row, but they were stifled here at Lowell Park by some fantastic pitching. 4 pitchers in for Cotuit and in very important situations for Hyannis when they had runners on.
Yeah, I mean, for Hyannis, when you talk about coming from last year and the playoffs, they had, and even this year, they've won 10 straight against Cotuit. So Manager Roberts wanted to do anything he could, and we talked about it. He was going to put a new guy in every single time that Hyannis got hot. And the pitchers did what they needed to do. They came in, they got outs, and that was all Cotuit had to do after they got that 3-run home run.
5 hits tonight for Hyannis on 1 run, and 10 hits for Cotuit on 5 runs. Really, Quinn Rohde was the difference maker here for the Cotuit Kettleers as he had a 3-run shot and also knocked in 2 on a 2 RBI single, really, but Hyannis was stifled at the plate as you saw Ford Proctor hit a double, try to stretch it into a triple with Rutherford on deck and 2 outs in a one-run game, and it was thrown out at third by a great play defensively from the shortstop in Clay Fisher.
Yeah, I mean, for Hyannis, they found ways to get hits, they found ways to get on base. You had that one part where they had runners in scoring position earlier on in the game, too, and they just couldn't get it done. And really was credit to the pitching. They just had a hard time finding the spaces today against Cotuit. And Cotuit, it was 2-1 for most of the time, and then they just took the momentum away from them late in the game.
Aforementioned Zach Rutherford, he is our player of the game as he was the only run of the evening on a solo shot in a dead center field. He's the Harbor Hawk Talk player of the day, and he caught up with Nicole Hansen after the game. Nicole.
Well, I'm here with our Hawk Talk player of the game, Zach Rutherford. Now, you guys had a little bit of tough time getting to the pitchers today, but you did get our only run of the game, the home run earlier in the game. What did you see in that at-bat that helped you get that swing off?
Yeah, I was just looking early in the count for something out over the plate, and I got it and just capitalized on it. But credit to their pitchers today because they pitched really well.
Heading off to Fenway tomorrow, the whole team, the whole league actually, to get practice and to practice at Fenway. What's it like being able to go there and practice and play at Fenway Park?
Oh, it's gonna be a great experience, especially for a lot of us guys because we haven't been there before. So we're looking forward to it.
What are you most excited for heading out?
I think just experiencing the history and everything that's happened at Fenway. Just be able to say I've been there before. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right, great. Thanks so much. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Nicole. And Gabe, talking about another guy who made an impact here at Lowell Park for Hyannis in the newcomer in Coley Bowers making his first start. And after he gave up a hit into left field, he struck out 2 runners on some fantastic off-speed pitches on the outer half of the plate. What'd you think about the newcomer in Coley Bowers?
I think he showed some good stuff. I mean, if you're Hyannis, you send him in there at that point because the past couple of games, they've been in pretty close matchups that they don't want to throw a new guy in there to try and help them get the win. So it was a situation that seemed perfectly set up for him. He showed what he could do, and hopefully for Hyannis, he can become a reliable reliever later on in the season.
He certainly showed that in tonight's first appearance, as we'll have an off day tomorrow as the entire Cape League will travel to Boston, to Fenway Park, as they will be at the field and kind of take BP field ground balls for scouts that will be looking there, but just a cool experience going to Fenway Park here.
Yeah, I mean, I did it last year. It's just a great time there. If it's your first time, you realize how small Fenway actually is when you're sitting there, especially when you're all the way at the front. But yeah, it's a cool time. Unfortunately for Hyannis, they're going pretty early, so it's an early wake-up call for everyone who wants to be up there. When last year they were basically dead last, and they were going at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But it's a nice experience for Hyannis and for the families that are up here too, just to get and play in front of the scouts, try to hit a home run off the Green Monster.
That's the key. You got to get a dent in the Green Monster, as we will be back on Friday night against Harwich at McKeon Park. 2 tough losses to Harwich already, an extra innings loss 1-0, where Hyannis had 2 runners in scoring position, but a different team, Harwich and Hyannis nowadays, as Harwich, some of the best pitching in the league, and Hyannis have hot bats, besides tonight, have had some hot bats as of late.
Yeah, normally for Hyannis, they're going into this kind of matchup on a win streak, but losing tonight when they're facing really good pitching from Harwich, who just recently went above sub-1 whip, so they have to go against Harwich here, and it's going to be a tough out. They're the top in the East right now, but they took them to extra innings at one point. They just have to get over that last hump, which they've shown they can do since that loss.
We'll see you on Friday night as Hyannis takes on Harwich. For Gabe Sustick, I'm Jack Keffer here on Hawk Talk.